Hi, I'm Susan Schaefer, and today we're going to learn how to grocery shop on a budget. Learning to live on a budget is a skill very few people enjoy. But there is certain personal satisfaction when you get through the whole month and there's a few dollars left. There are many areas of our budget, like our rent and our car payment, we have absolutely no control over. It is what it is, and that's just what it is. But there's one area of our budget that is very flexible and can get out of control very easily, and that's our groceries. How much do you spend on groceries? The August 2012 Gallup poll ranged American grocery spending between $50 and $300 a week. That's quite a range. How much your family's going to spend? Something you're going to have to determine. When you get that number, how do you stay in that? It's got to be planned and controlled. And this is easily accomplished with a few simple steps and practice before you go to the store, while you're at the store, and when you get the groceries home. Before you go to the store, make a thorough list. Decide how many days you're shopping for. Look at your life. What do you got going on for the next few days? Make a realistic list that takes into account your life for the next few days. Make sure you take everything into account. Make a thorough list. I actually could give a 5-minute speech on just making a list. But make your list. Then when you get your list, estimate your costs. Know what you're expecting to pay for each item before you get to the grocery store. Write them on your list. Know everything. Estimate high. It's better when you get to the register, if it doesn't cost as much as you thought it was going to, than to get there and find out that your groceries in there cost more than you thought they were going to. Adjust your meals till your budget fits your picture. If you make a grocery list and you get to the bottom line and what you're looking at is more than you thought you could spend, make the adjustments. Make your groceries fit into your budget picture. And you know whether or not you're going to want to make dinner when you get home. Take it into consideration. Find simple meals on the day you have, and make your extravagant meals on the days when you have time to do that. But with a good list, your thinking is done, and the store is easy. There's only 2 things to really pay attention to when you get into the store, and that's finding the best price for the things on your list, and consider generics. Calculate your unit price. When you're looking at your item, look at it, do the math, figure out which one is the best price. You can calculate unit price by taking the total price and dividing the units, which would be ounces, pounds, whatever it is, into that. And then you find out how much each one of those is costing you, each slice of cheese, each ounce of cereal, and then look for the packaging that gives you the best price for that. Consider generics. I know there are many things that I want that brand. But there are many areas in our budget where we can bring generics in. And you know what? Don't be scared to try a new generic. If you don't like it, the store will take it back. The other main thing that you need to practice while you're in the store is impulse buying. Watch your impulse buys. When you're making your list, set an amount in your list for impulse buys. And then when you're in the store, don't throw those impulse buys down there with the rest of the stuff that you know you already planned for. Put them separate. And then reconsider them before you get to the register. Do you really need cookies, chips, and donuts? Splurges are nice, but make sure you do them within the budget. And then when you get your groceries home, you gotta follow through. I like to do a what's for dinner list. I put it on the fridge, and then my whole family knows what's in the house, and they can be like, hey Mom, I want this tonight for dinner. Including your family in your plan is important. If you don't have your family's cooperation in feeding them, you're going to go off budget really quick. If you prefer to do the calendar where you've already scheduled everything for the period of time, but I prefer the flexibility of deciding each day what I'm in the mood for, but I do decide every day. And you need to decide every day, early in the day. Before you go to work, know what you're having for dinner. You know, after you've worked a long, hard day, the last thing you want to do is try to figure out what you're going to have for dinner when you get home. I already know what you're going to have. Have it planned. Do as much prep cook as you can. Crock-pot comes in really handy here. Be creative. It is a great relief to know you know what you're having at home for dinner when you get there, and it avoids the temptation to just grab something quick on the way home, and we all know how quick that can throw your budget out. But if you do all that hard work and you don't follow through, you've just ruined it. Have a plan. Feeding your family on a budget can seem a daunting task, but with a little pre-thought and planning, you can keep it under control. Let's do a recap. Make a practical list beforehand. Think about it. How many days, how many meals, what's your busyness, what's your life? make your list accordingly. While you're in the store, check your prices and consider generics and watch that impulse buying. Reconsider what you have in your cart before you take it to the register. After you get the groceries home, stick to the plan that you made. You went a lot of hard work making that plan. Stick to it. Keep your family involved in it. Let them know what's going on. This will help. You know, it sounds hard, but it gets easier with practice. It's important. Groceries can easily use more of our budget than we intended. Feeding our family can totally get out of line. By being mindful, we can get better overall control. Who knows? Might even be able to put some money aside for a vacation.